Hello everyone, this is Cher from CHER&CHARLIES Personal Crafts. I'm sorry to tell you that Charlie is not here with me this evening because I went to my daughter's for dinner and rewind. I made an appointment for Charlie to be groomed and oh, he looks so cute. I have a video, so I'll have to show that at another time. But she did such a beautiful job on him. And then my daughter invited me over for dinner, and I promised my grandson that I would bring Julian so he could spend the night with him because he goes with his daddy on Friday nights. So my daughter will probably drop him off tomorrow. So with that being said, I want to go over the craft that the two winners. Crafty Rhea gave me the idea for this next craft using materials that I had showed you guys that I had, and I'm sure Maria got her $20 gift card, and also the $20 gift card that went to Debbie Ocasio, another faithful subscriber. So please keep watching because you'll never know what I'm going to come up with in giveaways and some neat stuff. I may make you a wreath, and I would really appreciate having more subscribers and friends to join us in our craft making. Thank you to, I wish I had his name, but one of the subscribers, I don't know if he's a subscriber, but he mentioned that he thoroughly enjoyed the content of my videos. I love hearing that because we try really hard to make good videos, and I'm making it an effort this year. I'm going to give it my best shot to reach my potential of, I hope, 1,000 so we can go live and I can build my channel and hopefully do better. You know what I mean, like we're all trying to do. So I wanted to just show you over here, we are going to move to my table. I already started this because I wanted to see what would happen. Maria, and I want to make this wreath for me. I got this large wreath, which is a very well made wreath from Radha. Hi Radha, hi Rian. And the two girls said use the hat, which I took apart, it was the summer hat from Dollar Tree, so I took it all apart and I showed everyone what I had, and they said use that material to wrap around the wreath form. Well, so far so good. It's looking great, and I still have a little bit more to go. And all I'm doing, I took the hat apart, and what I do to make it easier on me is I cut long splices out so it's easier to twirl around. If you have a real long one, it takes you forever to go around. So here we are so far, and I'm going to continue to glue like this. I take it around. I have the hot glue gun. We are going to move to my table, but I just want to do some of this so we don't have too long of a video. I take a little bit of the hot glue. You don't have to do it on every section. And I pull it tight and wrap it around. And then I use my trusty makeup, whatever it is, makeup applier. And I hold it down so I don't get burnt. And then we continue wrapping. Now you can wrap, see, this is why I cut it in sections. I'm going to cut this section off so it's easier for me to wrap. Just cut it off so you have little sections at a time to make it easier. And I'm wrapping it around and around. I'm coming up with some really great creativity cycles of mine because I went stagnant for a while and I am back. Okay, so there we go. I'd like to say hello to Debbie Brand, who finally has a home. Congratulations, Debbie. I'm so happy for you. And this week, I am mailing out that fall wreath to you. I'm so happy for you. You are a sweet lady. She is a sweet girl. This and that with Debbie Brand. All right, I'm going to hot glue this last piece down. You don't have to do every piece, just maybe every 4 or 5 sections. And let me use these really are great to keep from getting burnt. And I'm holding it down. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to finish wrapping it as far as I can. If I run out, I'm going to show you my next trick. Hi everyone. Okay, we're over here at my table and going over a couple things before we start. First thing I want to tell you is with that one hat that I took apart, we made it all the way on, almost to the end. There's only like maybe a quarter, less than a quarter. So I'm going to show you what we're going to do. So never get upset if you don't have, everything you need to finish a product. I'm sure a lot of crafters will say, we'll find another way, and we will. I'll show you what we're going to do. I want to tell you, when I made this craft, which is really one of my favorites, this pumpkin that we made out of the rope that my granddaughter chopped up, and we wrote fall on here, and I made a base because it was rocking and falling over. Well, I went to Dollar Tree, and I'll do that haul probably tomorrow night because I got a nice little haul, and I got these little woodcraft cubes, and I thought, wouldn't it be nice if it was lifted up a little bit? I put some fall leaves and give it a little bit of some height. So I took 2 of the little crafting blocks, and I glued them together, and I'm going to have like I got glue everywhere. 4 little blocks on each edge of this base, and I think that'll kind of bring it up and make it more noticeable. But I really love this. This really turned out cute. Everyone wants it, but I want to keep it. And as I told you, I made this out of dowels, and everybody's like, you're kidding, it looks like a real stem. But I took 3 dowels and I hot glued them together and then painted them a truffle brown. I also painted the little blocks orange, so it would like pop on the bottom, and I wanted it a little bit higher. Okay, so what we're going to do tonight, we're going to finish that wreath that Maria and Debbie gave me the great idea for. But I wanted to show you these real quick. These are, I believe they're handmade coasters that my dear subscriber Angela, and I love these. I keep them out all year round, but they're all different shades of the hearts, and I think they're so beautiful, and I wanted to show them to you because honest to God, they're like brand new. I've never hand washed them yet, and they still look like brand new. So I just thought I'd show them to you. Okay, so what we're going to do with this wreath, I'm going to put you down here a minute. I have leftover similar burlap that was sent to me by my sweet Radha, my subscriber and dear friend. Say a prayer for her mom. She just came back from India. Her mom is not doing so well, and so I've had her in my prayers, and I'm hoping that you have put her in your prayers also. I also have another dear friend yesterday who he's only 50 years older, maybe 49, and he's great friends with my 2 daughters, and you could consider him like a brother, but he really is attached to my one daughter, Tiffany. That's where I was. I went out to dinner tonight with my daughter, Tiffany. She's something, such a good heart. And he's only has one sister up here in New Jersey. His sister lives across the way in California. One sister, father and mother's gone, and no other family. And he didn't show up for work, so they found him in his apartment on the floor, and he had a massive heart attack. And right now he's on life support. He does have some brain damage, and he's a really strong guy. He's funny, crazy. He was just here a few months back. He brought Charlie to me because I wanted to see him, and he brought him from my daughter's house. and he's so crazy. He was out there honking his truck horn real loud, and I live in a senior facility, and I'm like, Dave, don't do that. I live in a senior place. He went, oh, so what? I'll wake him up. Honk, honk. That's how he's just fun, crazy. As a matter of fact, he's so animated that he was on a television show. They chose him to be on a show, and he won. This is like 20 years ago. That's how animated he is. So please say a prayer for my friend Dave, because it's just been tormenting me, and we lost another lady on my floor named Nancy, and she said goodbye to us yesterday. So it's been a rough couple days, but when I get on here and craft, it kind of takes my mind off of everything. Okay, so thank you for that. All right, so it's turning out beautiful so far, and what I'm going to do, make sure you have scissors. This thing here, which helps press down the glue without getting burnt. I can't find my finger protectors. I have my wire cutters, and I have my hot glue gun, and I have things that I'm going to use, but I'm going to get you guys to help me along. I have my hot glue gun, which is called the killer glue gun. It's awful. And we're going to get started. Okay, so I had this burlap and several other burlaps from Radha, but since this one seems to match it pretty well, we're going to finish wrapping it with this burlap. Okay, I just finished wrapping, and get a good look. I think it looks gorgeous, can't tell. And besides that, don't fret, because I got these little strings I got to cut off from, I think it's from the hat. It's like these little wiry strings. Don't fret, because it's going to be covered up anyway, but you do want some of this beautiful wicker material to show through anyway. So now I had this ivy type plant in my bathroom surrounding my mirror, because I have a very old-fashioned bathroom for 2 years. I said, time for a change, so I'm going to make something new to travel around my mirror, and we'll do that in another craft. But I wanted to have as much greenery on here besides the flowers as I can. So we are going to put some greenery on here to start. I just realized I didn't have my floral wire out, and this is probably the last of it. I thought I had some green somewhere, but this silver will do. All right, so we're going to start wiring. This is what I have in my stash. That's the whole purpose, is to use what I have. And this is all things that I have, and the other things are what my good friends told me, gave me the great idea of using for this craft. All right, so I'm wiring it on in sections where I feel that it needs to be held down. And don't worry if some of it shows, because you can always cover it up with a flower or some other type of materials for fall. The berries, I've got some cute little pine cones. Speaking of pine cones, why I'm doing this, if you wanted to do a craft that I'm going to work on, I'm not sure if it will be the very next one, but it will be coming soon. I'm excited about it. I've been thinking about it, and I can't wait to do it. What I want you to do, if you want to participate, this is more. I'm going to cut this up in pieces, this greenery, make it easier to wire up, is go out into the woods and gather up some pine cones. And I know if you're worried about bugs, what you do is get the nicest ones you can find, and then bring them in, and I put them in hot water and white vinegar or alcohol. We're going to wire this on this side. Alcohol, and let them sit or boil them, and to get all the dirt and imperfections out. And then after that, I'm twisting the wire and then I'm going to roll it on to the next section. It should be good to go. And then, you know, let them dry out nicely. And we are going to use them for a craft that I have my eye on. I was sitting in my living room and I saw an area that I wanted to do something for, to brighten up I'm really starting to love my apartment now, because it just feels more like home than it did before. So you gotta, when you come home, you gotta feel like it's a home, you know? Okay, so I'm gonna keep wiring as much as I want on, and we'll go to the next stage. Okay, guys, I am taking sections at a time of the ivy and wiring it, like cutting large pieces of the wire and then cutting them in half and then wire them in the back like so. And I worry about cutting the pieces off at the very end. So I'm getting there, and I want to leave, this section here is going to be open. I'm not going to put any ivy there. Let's see, I think I need a little, it's a little weak in this area. It needs to be fuller. So I'm going to add one more piece here, and then we're going to go to the florals. So I take a long piece like this, and then I am going to even it out like so, and then cut it in half, and then put the one piece down. I'm pulling off some of this apart just to do a little bit of filling. Put my fill in, and then you can also hot glue little sections down, and then take the piece of wire, make sure it's even, and then wire it real nice and tight to the back until you feel like it's knotted really good, and then let it go, because you can, at the end I cut off all my wires so that, and if there's too many wires, and I'm giving, this is going to be for me, but if I make one for a gift for you, I will make sure that there are no sharp pieces of wire so you don't get cut like I just did, because they're very sharp. So I'll use like felt, and I'll cut the felt in the background to protect your wreath. I just want to stop a second and show you what I do when I'm doing my wreaths. Especially when you're doing one and you're making money on it, you really got to be particular and, you know, cautious to make sure there's no parts where someone can get hurt or scratch your door. But this is for me. But I take it back and I look at it and I go, okay. One thing about me, and I don't know how you guys are, I don't look for perfection. I look for beauty. And, you know, perfection to me, is there any perfection in this world? I don't think so. I know I'm not. So I like it to look a little fuller here, a little less fuller there. That's just the way I am. That's the beauty of it to me. So, but take it back and make sure it's not like way off, you know, the way off your likings. And then you go from there. So I got all the leaves on that I want, and now we'll go to the next step. So I found these green berries. God knows how long I've had them, but they're pretty and I like them. So I'm going to stick them, let's see, I think I'm going to put them right over here. I'm going to stick them in here and probably hot glue it on. So that's one thing I'm going to do. And while I wanted to tell you guys, I have some different, I don't know why, but I think it was Maria or Debbie that said they really thought this orange ribbon would pop. If you can tell, it has a sparkle to it. There you go, see? And so what do you think about me using this? I think this is it. But I'm also going to use a backup that I purchased and love. I'm not really sure what I did with it. I'll find it, but I also have this beautiful, thinner, beautiful wicker that I've had for quite some time. So I might use this. I'm going to use two different ribbons. And I'm going to use a, because of all this wicker, and I don't know what you call it, wicker and basket type material, I thought a wicker would go nicely also. So I'm going to stick this on, and then I'm going to go get florals. Hi, it's me again. Here's where I run into little problems. I've got these beautiful, these are going on for sure, picks. This is foxtail. I love it. I love it. I want something different. I also don't remember, but I got it at Dollar Tree, the little, what do you call these things? Not, I know the name, I just can't think of them, and the pick thing is not on here. And then I have orange, these beautiful orange flowers, and I know I could use some orange, but I don't know. For some reason, I feel like I don't want to put orange on here. So I'm kind of like here, there, and everywhere. So I also have this, which would pick up some orange, because I just don't, I'm trying to get away, just for this wreath only, away from the flowers, the ordinary florals. So let's see where I go with this and see what happens. That's all I can say. And I do want to pick up the orange in the ribbon, and we'll see what happens. So I took apart the picks. I used my wire cutters and kind of took it apart so I could get more use out of there's like only certain, it's only like one pick each, so I'm wrapping some wire around it, this one little section, because I love this orange. And this piece here I have to the side, so we're going to sneak this in here underneath, and then you got to look and see how it looks. Looks like it'll be all right. And I also put these things I don't know the name of them, but are they they're not honeysuckles, I know that. So let me get a
oh
piece
boy,
of wire
I think
here.
they're called pussy willows.
And,
Okay, I had to come on and say that.
That's the thing about these wreaths, there isn't really any place that you can stick them. Like you'd have to really open up the wicker from the hat, and I'm afraid it'll tear. So we have to use all the wiring to get these. That's what's tough about these. I don't know what's worse, really. They're great wreath forms. This is very well made, but it's difficult to work with. The easier ones are the wicker wreaths. They're very easy to work with. All right, I also put a little pine cone. Can you see it? A little. I have several of them, but I like a little of this, a little of that. Okay, so I'm going to take the other part of the pick, and I'm going to wire this together. Let's see, I'll just get some floral wire, and we'll wire this, and I'll do the same thing, but not down below. I'm going to take it up in this area. Hello everyone, I'm speeding up the remainder of the video to save time. These little pine cones I found in Dollar Tree. I'll go over that haul sometime tomorrow, I hope, or the next day. But they are so nice. They come in all different sizes, and they have that sweet smell of cinnamon. So look for them at the Dollar Tree, because wow, what a great buy that is. Right now I'm just adding little odds and ends in my stash to do some fill-in. If you have a spot where wire is showing, or there's like gaps where you have your florals, just add a little something to it. It could be a pine cone or a flower. I'm attempting now to make a ribbon, and I just want to give you a heads up. I did put the ribbon on, but it certainly wasn't what I had hoped for. So I'll probably be changing that ribbon. I should have used my bow maker that Angela sent me, but I was too lazy to pull it out of the my craft closet, which is a disaster. I may do a video on that soon also. Have to get it organized. Jumping in here again, I forgot to say a gentleman named Diego Gomez said that he would like to help me with my videos. I don't know how or what cost it would be, but I don't know, it's worth asking. So thank you for caring and sharing.